This is going to be 20 minutes of uncut, unedited clock example solves starting right now. If you guys like the concept of this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to me, because if this video does well, I'll do more of these in the future with megaminx, which I'm pretty good at, and maybe even 5x5. But we'll see how that goes. I'm going to start with doing 7simul example solves, and then I'll do like that for half of the time here, and then I'll do half with flip. So here we go. The scrambles will be in the description, and yeah, so this is going to be for the first 7simul example solve. For the sake of this video, we're going to be using Tommy's as an example here. So Tommy's pin order, I should say. Alright, so looking at this scramble, I would start with just this case over here, these two, and then after that the memo is pretty easy, -2, J, and also I'm using the letter scheme with A through, I believe it's A through K, so A is 1, B is 2, and then G is like -5, H is -4, so on. So -2, J, -5, -1, JH, K, JH, KO, and then that goes over here, -2, JH, KO, JH, KO, yeah, so this is 6-7, JH, KO, OO, yeah, that would be solved. Alright, so that's number 1 here, let's put that in there. Okay, number 2 for 7simul. Yeah, most of the 7simul ones are going to be pretty boring, because usually, like this, the case is pretty lucky to start with. Once again, we're going to start with this case, so +4, -4, oh, 6simul again, alright, DH, so DH, and then DHI, DHIB, so DH, we'll start with that IB, oops. Okay, there's also like a bit of a mistake there. There we go. Alright, so a bit of a mistake in execution, but that's number 2 for 7simul. Let's do this. You see it? I already see another edge case. You know what? I'll re-scramble that. I'm sorry if I miss-scramble throughout this tutorial. Yeah, that's not... Miss-scrambles, I'm not really the best at accurately scrambling, but I've also been a victim of miss-scrambles at 384 from a couple of years ago, but I try to forget about that. So this is... We'll start with this case here, that's an O, so +2, -2, another 6simul, so OO, BC, we skip that, so we just go from here to here, free, BCG, -5, BCGG, so BCGG, and with that, yeah, that should be solved. Okay, yeah, so this would actually be a really good, these would be really good scrambles if I was doing these in the session. My apologies for not really explaining the thought process for a lot of this, but I guess we'll go with this one. So this is -3, because it's a D to C, -3, so I, this is 4 from here to here, and we do -1. Okay, so IC, A is, that's that, AO, O, and then we see this is 1 unit, IC AO, and this is 1 unit, +4, we see AO, -1, IC AO E, and this was 1 unit to 3, IC AO EO, so IC AO EO. That's good. Alright. So see how I'm like, kind of like, you should be doing this like very quickly. Like when you learn 7simul, it's kind of hard to do. So I would start, okay, so here's the thing. With D moves, you kind of like want to limit them as much as possible, so I look for like these cases a lot when I don't know where to start. This is kind of, I mean, I can do a 4, so let's do that. So this is going to be +4 D, -3 plus -3 +5, so DB, okay, that's 2, G, GO, DB, GO, DB, go, and then that's, and if we move this to that, dB go, negative 5 one here, it's a G. Wait, it's a dB go, and then that's H, dB go HJ. dB, did I do that right? There might be a mistake on there, but yeah, there was a couple of mistakes on there. Alright, ignore that solve. So that's number 5, but as you can see, it's very easy to make mistakes on 7simul. So, alright, this is a good one because once you you should always check for these cases so you skip the D move. So that'd be 0, -2, +1, K, because it's -1. Okay, KA, okay, KA, okay, KA, and then it goes to I, okay, okay, KA, IG, okay, KA, IG. Solved. Alright, that's number 6, and then alright. So again, edge case O free -5, OJ +5 E, OJ EC, EC +6, nice. OJ EC BE, EC. I think I did an extra move on the other simul. So it's also good to see where your mistakes are. So as you can see, if you have something like that or that, you're probably messing up the second move. If you have something like this, you might be messing up one of the first moves. And then if you have the one where it's just this edge that's affected, let's see if I can recreate it, something like that, then it's probably your slash move that you're messing up. But yeah, let me readjust my phone. Okay, so we're at 7 minutes. I'm gonna try to see if I can find a scramble that's not so lucky like this one. All right, so. Okay, in this case, I would just, if there's no lucky cases, with the edges, I would immediately start looking for cases like this. So, times where you don't have to do a big D move at the start, because that can really mess up with your solve if you're not doing that correctly. So this would be +1, so A, -4, -3, AE, C, AECA, and this is one AECA +2, AECA GF. AECA GF. That's solved. Alright. So we have 8 solves done. We're probably on pace to go to 10 7simul solves for this uncut example solves. So we'll start with the good edge case here. So it's O, -3, +2. Okay, JI. Okay, so because it's -2, -3. Okay, JI. That moves as -5 over here, +5. Okay, this is nothing. Okay, JI, J. 5 free, -2. Okay, JI, JF. Okay, JI, JF. I think I might have. Nope. Alright, that's solved. So, we have 9 solves there. We have one more to go. This will be the last one. So, alright, we'll go with the edge case once again. And the pins don't really matter, if I keep reading about that. O, -4, -3. OE, CB, CB. OECB, this is 1 unit, it's over here, +4. OECB, this moves to 1, 1. OECBK, that's -1, +4. OECBKC. OECBKC. And that's solved. Alright, so that is the last 7simul solve, and that transitions very well to flip as we approach the 10-minute mark. So we are going to be doing flip for the rest of these example solves. Alright, so, this is kind of tricky, but immediately you can see I use the, alright, so first of all, I'll explain. I'm using the pin order DL to that, to that, to that, and that's what I usually do for most of my flip solves, but, and then that corner order. But, yeah, so using that, if you start off with a DL move, you'll see that if you do a -1 to connect this edge, it'll go right to that, and then if we look on the back, it does the same thing. If we do a +1, it'll go over there. So it's very simple. So we do that, and then we do here. We see a skip over here, and that would be a good flip solve. So that is the first flip solve of this video. Let's go to another scramble. These scrambles don't look very good, so the scramble doesn't look really good. I'll start looking for corner skips. I don't see any of them we could take other than this one. You could try doing something with like DR, and then you could try to like try to isolate that, but it also creates like a corner skip over here too. So to preserve that, you could do something like that. Or I think the better case in this, and that's also not solved. That's embarrassing. So let's just redo that. So okay, that's solved. There we go. So I would just in before the pin regs, I would just do the one that had the pin up already, but it already starts with 6 moves, so. And also the pin regs, it would just all be flat like this anyway, so if I had to choose one, I guess pick your poison. I'd choose this because it has the +2. You get a -5 do move there anyway, but it's okay. So do that. You also, throughout when you do flip, you will encounter skips that you haven't pre-planned, and that's okay. You can try to preserve that skip over there. And there you go. That is the other flip solve. So let's do alright, this is with the edge case, so I usually start the edge first. We also have this lucky case over here, and if we pre-plan this, if we do a +4 over here, this clock will go over here, so +4, and then that has to go to -2. +4 -2 1, so once we do that, +2 -4 1, we also have a skip over here, and that would contribute to a good solve. So that's solve number 13 that we just did. So alright, now we have an edge case over here, and we also have a corner skip too. So the way we preserve that corner skip is that if it's on the top right here, we don't do anything with this pin. So we're going to do nothing with that pin, see how we're not touching it, and then once we flip it over, that skip should be preserved. I also see that if we do this move over here, we get a pseudo corner skip, and we also, yeah, so that would be done, and yeah, that is flip. So you can see with flip, you can be a lot more creative with your solves, but also it's kind of worse if you do the if you do like that. You have to do an X2, or well, I think I misscrambled, but with flip you're going to have to be doing what's it called? Like the flip is already slowing you down a little bit, and then along with that, it's not. It has become severely. I think 7simul is the way to go. That's what I'm trying to say. So, you'd start with the edge on the top here. Alright. So, this is where I debate doing a Y2, because if you do a Y2, you can skip these edges. So let's go for the Y2. Let's make this a little bit more interesting. So if we pre-plan the Y2, we go +5, plus 4. This is what I over here. This to that would be 4. So, oops, plus 5 plus 4, and yeah, pretty solid. Nothing much else to that solve. Let's go with alright. Okay, not a lot of options, so we'll go with the corner skip over here. We'll flip over. So the first move is going to be 6, which I don't really like, but on the back side is going to be 1, free, -5, because this to that plus 1 would be -5, so. And also don't forget to not touch that over there. We have a corner skip over there, but that's kind of hard to preserve. I mean, nah, I usually, in a realistic scenario, I wouldn't preserve that corner skip. So, that is your 16th solve. We're gonna probably end off on 20 solves, which is what I plan for. So once again, no like obvious edge skips right now, so I'll just immediately go for a quarter skip, which this would be at. Again, it's a start of 6 move, but it's okay. So plus 4, -2, -1, because this would be at 4 and a -1. So we go with 6. Again, try to avoid touching that. And then, yeah. As you can see, I kind of DNF a lot, but it's okay. Yeah, also on the debate of using your thumb or your pinky for some of these solves. For flip, I think thumb moves are fine. For 7simul, I think you definitely need to use pinky. It really helped me. The road to it is very, very tough. It's like a battle. You're kind of doing a lot with your pinkies that you're not usually used to, but it'll be okay in the end. So, as you can see, like pre-planning this, I would just, if you have something like this where you can go with multiple layers of skip, but you also see a skip on the backside, I would just start with the skip on the backside and TP skip anything over here. Worst comes to worst, in flip, you'll just have to do a Y2. That's not usually the case for 7simul. This is actually a 6simul solve if you can pre-plan that, but this is just going to be flip in this case, so -2 over here, 6, 6, because this would go 6, this would go 6, so. And that's straightforward. As you can also see, I'm making a lot of mistakes in flip. For flip, I would honestly recommend, the way I grew in clock was I started turning really fast, and then I had to slow down over time. I still don't really know how to slow down too much, but I would recommend going slow, making sure you got the accuracy, and then gradually build up your turning speed. Or you can do what I did. I know clockers that have done both to great success, but yeah, that's just my opinion about that. I'm a little washed anyway, so well, not washed, but not as prevalent as I was before in like actually competing for titles and whatever. So I'll start with the edge case over here, -5 plus 3 plus 3. These let's go to -5. Like that, whatever. -5 plus 3 plus 3. We got a skip over there. Good to also notice those skips during your solves. For my flip users out there, because definitely it will take you by surprise how many skips you are like pre-planning. Alright, final solve we're going to do here today. So, a bit of a debate between which side to choose. So, you know what, we're going to go with a diagonal flip. Because in flip, the only way you're gonna like be really good at it is if you're gonna take advantage of all the skips that 7simul users can't use. Because if we're just a 7simul user, this edge would be completely broken. Or same thing on the other side. So we're gonna do a Z flip. So, or we're gonna start here, because if you do a +3, or that's not a +3, but it gets pretty close to 12. So we'll start with that. So, and then Z2. Yeah, so as you can see, I definitely need to work on my accuracy more in flip, but it's okay. I don't really do flip that much anyway. And those are your 20 minutes of clock example solves. Okay, bye.